Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Create. Welcome to Coffee and Create. I am so excited to be here this morning in very bold, very bright pink. I need some lights behind me and they just don't look like they're on this morning. So I hope we have lots of bright, bold colors to share with you. And I really wanted to talk to you about something. It's so serious. How often do you not use your products because you're afraid of using your products? See, me, the only reason I bring this up is because yesterday I came in to get some shipping work done and I noticed that as I was cleaning my stamps and my transfers and picking up my molds and putting things away, and I know if you know me, you know that's a stretch for me. If you're looking for a job, I need a personal assistant. I just do. But what happened as I was cleaning up is I noticed how many products I have not used. And I thought about it really long and hard all afternoon yesterday. And then I was like, you know, here's the problem. I'm afraid of using them and not having them. Will you grab my coffee, babe? Ariel's with me this morning. It's right there on the blue table. I'm afraid of using them and not having them to use. And in my mind, I can see an amazing project. Thanks, my love.
You're welcome.
I can see doing an amazing project, but I'm afraid once I do that project, I've used it. What if I do it wrong? What if it doesn't look the way I visioned it when I started? What if nobody likes my work? I'm gonna sip my blueberry coffee on that. What if nobody likes what I've done? Because this furniture I'm doing doesn't go in my house. Sometimes it does. But this furniture is for sale. I flip furniture, do you? But even if it goes in your home, what if your friends come over and make fun? What if the kids come over and make fun of what you have put together? And I know we can all go, I like it, and that's all that matters. But getting over that fear of being the only one who does like it, that's kind of hard. So I tell you frequently, go with what you see in your mind's eye, right? It's not always easy to do. But when you vision something, see it through. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the way anybody else in the world likes it. It has to make you happy. And if something goes wrong along the way, step back away from it, give yourself time, and then find the way to correct it or add to it or cover up a mistake. If you have the products, you have the ability, right? So I had another one of these crazy visions for a piece of furniture. I have this amazing upper cabinet. I wanted to use it as an upper cabinet in a room in my home, and I'm not sure that I can make it work. So as I was sitting staring at it, I just broke out some paint and started painting it. And then came this amazing transfer. Look at the colors in that transfer. This is the brand new Bungalow release from Iron Orchid Designs. This is a transfer set. This is not a stamp or a paint inlay. That's a whole other level of anxiety. This is Bungalow. And look at the colors, y'all. Look at the colors. And as I went through this, I saw my colors. I saw my Colors of Rethunk Junk paint in here. I saw this cabinet with its little cubbies. I saw all of this happening. And I thought, you know, if I could put this together just right, this would look really cool. I don't know who else in the wide world might like it or might not. But if I use this transfer set, it's a one-time use, and once I use it, I won't have it to use anymore. So I've got to make it good. And the only way to make something like this really good is to just go with it. Get the colors out, even if it is 1, even if it is 10. Get the colors out and just use them. Just use them. And once you do, keep going. Don't stop. Let's use all the colors. Let's do all the things. And let's do them really well. And when I say really well, I mean to whatever skill level your ability is, let's do them. Are you ready? If you're here with me this morning, say hello. I know I was a few minutes past 9, so I am sorry to keep you waiting. I was struggling to get all the things pulled together this morning, and then I couldn't decide where I wanted to stand because I've got this awesome new table to work on. I am cleaning the other one off, so it will be completely usable, clean. We're having a birthday party here soon. I'm really excited for that. Today I'm going to put my apron on because last week I popped the lid on my paint and I got it all over my brand new blouse. Today I'm going to put an apron on so that doesn't happen again. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And I hope by the time we go all the way in this morning, you have absolutely no fear of, I have no fear of color. I will use every one of the colors that we have on this table, plus a few. But I hope that I'm able to overcome my fear of using the transfer set and knowing that when I do, it'll be a done deal. It'll be what it's gonna be. And I hope that I can make it beautiful enough that I'm happy with it. And maybe someone else will like it too. Let's get to cracking. I'm gonna turn the camera over here. So bear with me for a moment. I guess I could leave this one on a single view and just bump it up so you can get in a little bit closer. Are you ready? Let's do this. Let me move you in a little bit closer to the piece of furniture. Let me move the piece of furniture in a little bit closer to you. I want you to be able to see all these cubbies. Now it has the expanded metal that goes in the doors, the little crisscrossy things. I love those, y'all. No glass. I'm probably not gonna put glass in this. I kind of dig it the way it is. This color is a custom mix of, let's see if I can remember. Becky, if you're here, help me remember. We mixed fresh cream out of cotton and sunflower. I don't know that it was a 50-50 mix. It's been so long ago and I'm getting old that I can't remember all the time. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for being here. Thank you for saying you're here. Facebook's doing a really weird thing, so I can never decide if we're actually visible to the world or not. Zuckerberg and his people. They're crazy. So here's where I want to be. Let me grab my pieces and I'll show you what I had laid out because we have these beautiful jaguars. Their eyes freak me out a little bit because they're kind of orangey red. I think we're gonna have to paint over those because that's just a little freaky to me. So I had him here, and I think I had, we're gonna open the doors, and I had him here, and him here that way. They're looking at each other. And I don't wanna be matchy-matchy, but I do want it to be balanced. And because I wanted it balanced, I put the birds in. I think I'm going to shift though and put the birds in on a little bit lower level. And I'll put, we have birds on top, birds on bottom, jaguars in the center. Look at that cute little monkey mama and her baby. They're so sweet. I love that there are lemons in here because I actually wondered when there were bare spots between the jaguars, I wondered if maybe I could backfill them with some lemon drop transfer pieces. I don't know. There's so much here to work with. And I didn't want to, I want them all looking the same way. They're all looking at you when you get into this cabinet. Now, can you see all the color? Can you see the layout? The first thing I did, hey Michelle, good morning. The first thing I did was I laid out all of the pieces so that I could see where they fit, what I was gonna have to cut, how I was gonna have to blend the pieces in, and what colors I would need and where. An ombre, maybe, but I think more random. I think just simply more random placement. Now, here's the other thing. I believe, maybe, I could be wrong, but I almost think if I go ahead and put the transfers in place, seal them completely so that I don't oversaturate them, but if I put the transfers on, I seal them, then I can play with my colors because your transfer is going to be a resist. So you can paint over the transfer and then wipe it back, right? We've seen that done. We've done that. But when you do that, you infuse the color in more places. So you don't have this beautiful creamy background and then color. The color's infused with everything you're working on. Does all that make crazy sense to you? Therein lies my anxiety. Is it going to make sense? Is it going to translate from what I see to what I do? And is anybody going to like it? Those are my greatest fears in working on furniture. I'm going to pick you up and take you with me. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Right here. Front and center. I'm going to tip the camera down just enough for you to see everything I do. And if you think I'm not doing it well, stop me right where I am, because I'm going to have the phone so I can see your comments. If you're on Facebook or YouTube watching, thank you for joining me. I've got my phone right here. And if you want to shop the collection, just go to the website, follow this link right here under me, and you can shop the collection. Your discount code for February is coffee. I have blueberry coffee this morning, y'all, and it is so good. You had a little trouble getting this one to release? Okay, we'll see what we can do. We're just going to do this, Chris, okay? Does anybody see a different way to lay this out? Should I do something different? I mean, I kind of dig the jaguars together, but then that gives me a big blank spot. I thought about backfilling it with some roses and some Lady of Shalott stamps. But then I looked at it and decided, in order to balance the entire visual, if I put one of the jaguars down here, I could certainly add some roses at any point in the game. Stamp it, color them in. This is like grown-up coloring. It's exactly like grown-up coloring, because once you color the page, it's colored. This fits right here. We're doing this. Y'all ready for this? Here goes my fear in the floor and on the paint. Let's go. Let's go, girls. Somebody kick the door down for me. Which piece did you have trouble getting, which piece did you have trouble getting to let go, Chris? I'm gonna go ahead and rock this out right here. This one's releasing just fine. I haven't done a transfer in a while. Let me bring you in. No fear, we're just going to use it up. Here we go. Now, Ariel, if you could, I need one more thing. Can you go behind the wall and get me some Tough Top? It's going to be in a big jug on the bottom row. Y'all, I have a wall and I have so much paint. Took a bit more work, totally worth it. Okay, Judy, which piece did you have trouble? Everything? See, this one's coming off just fine. Now, I will say this. This paint's been on this piece for a while. I've been painting along and along, but I think the last coat of paint I put on here was 2 weekends ago. I've got one little piece right here. It's a piece of leaf. There we go. We'll put that right back in. That came off just fine. You got it? Yep. Bring that to me, baby. I love my girl. She's out of school, spending her winter break at the store with me. Thank you, my love. All right. Now, I'm going to grab a plastic cup. You know I love my little 9-ouncers. And I'm going to put some Tough Top in it because I've got my big jug of Tough Top. And I'm going to take my 1/2 inch and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to seal this real quick. It'll dry easy. We've got some good temperatures this week. Good temperatures. We're going to be in the 70s, y'all. So this will dry quickly. I do have the fan right behind me and I might turn it on, but I don't want to turn it on right this second because I've got all my transfer pieces out. Maybe the paint was too fresh. You know, the Big Blue Parrot. This one right here, We'll do this one next then, Miss Judy. We're going to beat this parrot down for you, okay? No parrot on a piece of paper is going to harass my friend. I love you. If I seal it really quickly and let it dry, then I can move my colors in a little bit easier, a little less strenuously, and I can color over it. And then if I want to knock some stamps in there to kind of finish this out, or even some other transfer pieces, I can throw those in there as well. Let's go ahead and put this big blue bird in. Now, I kind of measured it, sort of not, but it kind of goes in the cubby just fine. And I think once I peel the back off, let me turn this for you. Once I peel the back plate off, I can put this fern a little closer to the top and I won't lose any of my rows at the bottom. Let's see what I can do with that. All right, here goes my fear in the floor. I'm not gonna leave this amazing transfer set sitting on a shelf to get dusty. That hurt my feelings yesterday because you would not believe the Christmas transfer sets that I found. I did. You know what I'm talking about too. They were in there. All right, I'm gonna set my stick down. I'm gonna start at the very, very top. And there we go. Perfect, I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose an inch. Now, let me see if I can get hold of a corner. I'm gonna go ahead and roll over it. Just like that. There we go. There's my corner. All right, let's see. I need a break on this roller table. All right, so far so good. Remember, if you catch an air bubble, it really helps to move the transfer off the acetate onto your substrate. But if you're too quick, and I tend to be too quick, you'll actually break the image. Be careful. Just be careful. I'm gonna use my knee as a brake for this roller part. Y'all, it's coming off pretty good. It really is. I don't even think I've got any pieces left on the acetate. I think it's coming off just like it should. loud. There we go. Whoosh. I beat him down for you, Miss Judy. I beat him all the way down. Now, he's on. He's in there. I love those colors. Those are all the colors I love the most. They're bright. They're so beautiful. I don't want to compete with that, but I also don't want it to be so alone. When I look at these colors, I see an entire scene. I see the woods. And Sherry MacArthur, I've never been to Costa Rica. And I may never go. But I love, love looking at the images you share. And I love looking at the entire picture when you share it. The trees have different tones of green. The blue in the skies, just like here, it has different tones to it. And when you start looking at the foliage and you see that parrot in the tree, there's so many different tones of color to him as well. And we know it's a him because he sits around pruning himself, looking pretty. All right, this is dry. Yeah, this is dry. So I want to get some color in here. And you know how I am. And I opened this before we ever started. Got it? I opened every container before we started so that I wouldn't be standing here struggling and so that I wouldn't get it all over my clothes. Now, my original vision for this piece involved eucalyptus and denim. Those were the colors that I could see blending over. How'd I do that? Blending over and around and with this. Got a little bit of dirt in there. We don't want that because we don't want any texture. We're not doing salt wash on this, although I don't want to. I just want, I'm gonna reach in front of you, I'm really sorry. I just want to paint. I just want to paint, and I want my paint and my colors to blend and be happy and feel warm and inviting. Do you see my squishy knee pad over there? There's a black one and there's a little purple striped one. I'm old and this concrete floor is really hard. But we are gonna have a birthday party here. Look toward the floor side, Shug. Now, I also am going to use my mister and my rag. I am because I don't want to just paint over it. I've got to wipe it back. And I don't want to wipe it back and wipe it off. So my rag needs to be damp. Look down toward the floor. I'm going to spritz it. You know what I'm looking for, right? It's just a it's just like a square, squishy knee pad thing. Because Mama's old. And Mama's on the concrete floor. Did you find it?
This one?
No, it's about this big. If you can't find it, that's okay. I'm not going to die from it.
I was about to say, then I have no idea what you're talking
Oh no! We got to get this child more involved in the painting process. All right, we're going to start with some pine shadow. And I'm just going to, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to start painting. And if you have any questions, you just stop me. we go. If you take your paint and your damp cloth, once you put your paint on, you can take your damp cloth and you can blend your wet paint with your damp cloth. I'm not all about spending $60 on a paintbrush, y'all. I can't live like that. But you can achieve really amazing blending results with a damp rag and your spritzer bottle. And you just put it in there. Don't wipe it off. Just wipe it in. I think I'm gonna love this. All right, keep going. I'm gonna green the whole bottom backside because I want that flora and fauna finish right here. And I'm gonna do that corner just like I did this one. And above anything, y'all, if when I do something like this that's just colorfully crazy, if it sort of inspires you to step out of your comfort zone and take hold of what you fear, I hope it comes out really well for you. I hope this comes out really well for me too. Because I'm scared of wasting this transfer set. And see, when I take it over and behind the transfer's already sealed, so I'm not saturating it. You never want to saturate your transfer set with water or with your clear coat, because if you do, you will overtake the sticky and it will it'll go away. And then you won't have any sticky and your transfer will let go. Ask me how I know that. All right, I'm gonna drip that down because I want a little bit heavy at the bottom. And I'm gonna put some more green in here. And we're gonna use this space and we're gonna add our own flora and fauna. Now, this piece is not going to get done today. This piece is not going to get done in a quick minute. No, I didn't mix eucalyptus and denim together. This right here is pine shadow. But in my mind, when I decided to do this piece, even before the transfer came out, I wanted to do a blend of this cream color with the blue and greens cascading down. Well, then the heavens opened up and Bungalow came out. So it made sense to me to put it on this piece of furniture and to use those two colors, but then the longer I looked at it, the more color it needed to have. So I'll use the eucalyptus and I'll use the denim, but I'm not mixing them. I'm gonna blend them through. And I will do the same thing with them that I'm doing right here. I'm just gonna put it in and give it a life in this canvas. I want it to have part of this because this transfer deserves to live. It does not deserve to sit on my shelf for a year and worry that I'm going to do it wrong. And I really want the whole thing to have a life. So I can't just paint a piece of furniture and put the transfer on and call it a day. I'm just not cut that way. I have to be extra with it. There we go. So now my whole inside back plate is Pine Shadow. Watery, a little bit watery, and just damp ragged in. You remember doing damp rag stuff back in the day? We did damp rag stuff, right? We didn't just paint, we ragged things on. So now let's use some of the denim. I've already shaken this and I made sure the lid was open. So let's use a little bit of denim in here. I'm not going to change my rag. I am going to change my brush. And I'm going to put my denim closer to the top. I don't know that you can see that unless I move the camera all the way. But what I'll do is I'll liquefy it, and now if you give it just a second, let me find a little handy dandy tool. Let me move you in on the piece of furniture. It's actually dripping down right here. Can you see the run coming down? So what I have done is liquefied the denim over the top of our Pine Shadow. Not sure how this is going to turn out, but we're going to do it. I'm going to liquefy it. There it goes. Now can you see it running? You see those runs of paint coming down? I love a drip paint technique. I love the way it looks. I love the way it finishes. I love the way it feels. So you basically put not a heavy coat, but a strong line of paint. And then you liquefy it and let it run. Just let it come on down. And then just blot it, tamp it. You're not trying to erase those drips. You're not trying to erase that paint. You're just giving it a place to go. I'm going to sop it up down here at the bottom because I don't want to pool. And I'm going to let it continue to drip down. I love a drip paint technique. I learned it a long time ago from a very famous painter, furniture painter, and then I watched the sisters do it when La Petite Rosier came out, and it was just an amazing technique for them to share. I'm going to move you in right here so you can see that blue and you can see the drip. That's pretty cool. I specialize in making paint look like a mess, like an absolute mess, until I get it the way I really love it. What time are we in? We're at 9:44. So I'm going to also really need some Wildberry and Violet Shadow in my life. But I tell you what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So sometimes you can stamp and then color in. Sometimes you can color in and then stamp, right? I don't have a lot of Wildberry left in this container, but I'm going to use it anyway. Drop that in, and we're going to colorize this side, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the colors in as if there are flowers there, and then I'm going to put the flowers in with stamps, and we'll have an amazing backdrop. This is going to be a lot, y'all. I'm okay with it being a lot. Do you like it as a lot? Please tell me you like it as a lot. I just can't take something this vibrant and not put it over the top. It has to be over the top. All right, let me move my eucalyptus. I'm gonna set that brush there. Let me get my violet shadow in here. And yes, I'm gonna do each and every single cubby in here like this. I am. And it really doesn't take that long. Does it? All right. There we go. Put a little bit over the top of the wild berry, and then I'm going to bring some in here. I think I'm going to take my flowers up. Some climbing vines even. Sherry, if you're with me, please tell me that there are climbing floral vines in the jungle in Costa Rica, because it's what I vision. It's what I see happening. I like that. All right, here it comes. One of my favorites. Here comes the Coral Crush. From the UK, Linda, thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon, good morning. I hope you've had a lovely morning. I hope you have lovely plans to create something amazing this afternoon. I hope you don't have to work all day. I hope you can play and paint today. Here goes our Coral Crush. And Linda, since you're just joining us, we are working with the brand new Iron Orchid Designs Bungalow transfer set today, and lots of color from Rethunk Junk by Laura Paint Company. And we're going to overcome the fear of using a transfer set instead of letting it sit on the shelf like I usually do, because I'm afraid if I use it and I don't like it, nobody else is going to like it, and I've ruined it, and we don't want any of that. We're not going to be afraid. We're just going to create. And it might be crazy creation. Y'all can make fun of me and call me crazy. I'm okay with it. But please just tell me you like my work. Please just tell me that it's kind of cool. That would make me happy. I'm going to put some Coral Crush in here. And I'm going to add back some wild berry with the Coral Crush. We'll put some green in at the bottom. There we go. No fear, right? No fear at all. Can you see all those colors? Can you see all that? That's gonna look so good. I'm excited, y'all. Now, I am not going to drip paint this section, but I am gonna liquefy it and tamp it out. I'm gonna moisturize my rag again, and I'm not going to blend these together. I'm going to just tamp them down. And by doing so, it's going to put color in different places where I didn't put it. It's going to lighten the places where I did put it. And we're going to put color over color. That's hard to do when you're painting, because then you end up blending it or mixing it in places where you didn't want that to happen. So by doing it this way, it's just a gentle tamp. It softens the colors and it gives it, let me bring you in to show you. it gives it this marvelous ready to stamp finish. So we've got the jaguar and we've got the florals. What do you think? We'll add some green into the bottom. We've got green, but we can add more. That way, when we get ready to stamp it, we can stamp not only our florals, but we can stamp our leaves in there as well. And the color drop is first. I like the color drop first. It's just a different way of doing it. I could stamp it and then color it in, but then it's all in the lines. And I don't like to color in the lines. I like to color all the way outside the lines. It's more fun. It's more unexpected. It's less predictable. When you drip paint it, it becomes very unpredictable, very random, and nobody can copy it because it's going to be individual and unique to each section. I might spritz this 3 times, might do it down here and spritz it 10 times. I might spritz it so much that I take almost all the paint off. But you can't really copy this, which to me makes my heart happy, because you're not going to see this same piece of furniture down the street or on the next aisle in the antique mall. You're going to have your own unique look. And Becky always tells me this: stop thinking so hard about it and just do it. Do it until you are absolutely happy with it. And if you're not happy with it, step away from it and come back to it. This piece of furniture is going to take me a little while to do. You're extra late. Oh yes, thank goodness for the replay, Lynette. I am so in love with you for my Amish soap. You just have no idea. I'm really excited to see this finished too, y'all, and I can't tell you what it means to me for you to walk through my fear with me. I'm always afraid when I put these transfers out in front of me that I'm not going to use them well, that I am not going to create something that someone else will appreciate, and I'm always afraid that it's going to look like I'm a goofball. But you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to do it anyway, because I try so hard not to have fear in my creativity. I don't get to do this all the time. I got a business to run, so being creative is kind of limited to my time with you. And this is going to take some time to do. I have a base that I think might coordinate with this, because guess what? This didn't come with a bottom section, but I didn't care. I was doing it anyway. I'll find the base piece of furniture that makes this amazing. I don't know that I'll put the expanded metal back in the doors, because we only have the 2 side doors, and I hate to dust because that takes away from my creative time. I might put glass in it, but that's going to be some expensive glass, so maybe not. Maybe not. But whatever it turns out to be, I am just going to do it. No fear, no inhibitions. I'm going to get out of my head, and I'm going to get into this scene. And I hope you'll do the same. Don't set those transfers on the shelf and not use them. Don't not use your stamps. Don't not combine them. Let the elements play together, because they're awesome and amazing. They really are. I might even stamp into some wet paint just for some imaginary texture, right? We'll work on that. Maybe I will go live again after I get some of my business taken care of. I will let you know. Meanwhile, me and my blueberry coffee are going to hang out here in what I visualize as the Costa Rican jungle, with all of the critters and all of the colors and I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I hope you do as well. If you missed, just like Lynette, you can always catch the replay. If you want to purchase any of the products that are included in not only this Coffee and Create tutorial, but everything we have done in February, you still have one more week. The coupon code to save is coffee. If you're a bag holder and you want to purchase any of the products, purchase them in store, and with your $50 purchase or more, you will receive a free Rethunk Junk Clean Top. That's your aftercare for any of your painted furniture. You'll receive that free if you're a bag holder with your $50 purchase or more. And please, by all means, click that like and share button. It means everything to me when you share these videos, because it means that you might have some crazy friends like me too. Means a lot. Thanks, y'all. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. I look forward to seeing you right here again real soon. I'll pop a notification up, so make sure you have those notifications set for Two Girls Treasure. And I will see you again real soon. Thank you so much for being here.